picture this, Elaine.
Okay.
You're about 5 years old.
Okay.
A 5-year-old me did not sound like that.
But you've asked me to picture myself 5 years old.
That's what you sounded like at 5?
You weren't there.
All right. Okay. So you're 5 years old, Elaine.
Okay.
And you just went to a free science program at some regional museum in like central to southeastern PA.
Okay.
And what is that? Oh my God. What am I seeing over there? I'm seeing lampposts that are shaped like Hershey's Kisses. That's crazy. That means we must be nearing Hershey's Park and the ever beautiful chocolate world. One of the best places on this planet, all right? So your mom, she turns the minivan. Yeah! She turns it. That's the noise. That's the noise the minivan makes when it turns. It's kind of scary. We need to get it checked out.
Screams like a fucking banshee. Dodge has never been the same.
But it turns into the big parking lot, and you go into the building, and you're like, it smells like chocolate. And then you wait in the line for a while, and you get down into one of those rooms, and there's this rotating track, and there's all these cars, and it's like, what? Well, I mean, they're like dark ride cars. And you get on the dark ride car, and you're like, what's gonna happen? And then you crest through the barn, and what do you see over here? There's 3 cows singing a song of chocolate to you, and one of them is named Gloria. Now, could you picture a better day, Elaine, than that?
This is the weirdest guided meditation I've ever done. I'm going to throw it out there. Am I shifting to this universe? Because I also feel that as well. That sounds amazing, but like terrifying at the same time. The cows kind of surprised me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna love what I have in store for you today.
You know me and cows.
You do love a cow.
I love a good cow. Heifer, woo, moo, moo. Wait, Felicia.
Yes?
From that anecdote, was that 5-year-old from Pennsylvania you?
Yes, it was me.
So it wasn't me?
No,
what about my childhood? Where did I go?
I was trying to like paint you a picture, but you took it really literally. So I don't think that one's on me.
You told me to picture it. Elaine, you're 5 years old.
I never said your name.
You didn't have to.
But today's episode is a slight trip down memory lane, down Felicia's memory lane.
And my memory, Elaine.
And Elaine's memory, Elaine, of the past 24 hours.
Yes.
As we discuss the candy theme parks.
Woo!
It's okay, so it's a little abstract how it's connected to Wonka, but I live near one of America's premier candy theme parks, and I feel like it would be a waste if I did not bring that experience to this candy-based Willy Wonka podcast.
Exactly. And I mean, we had the Alton Towers ride that had a Willy Wonka, thing. And as we talk about marketing with the prequel for Wonka, it just kind of makes sense that this could be a thing to look into. Theme parks are fascinating in general anyway. And the fact that you can have a candy themed one, like, we love a theme park, especially if they're abandoned.
Here at Wonka Watch, we love a theme park.
Oh, yeah. And Wonka Watch, by the way, is a podcast about 2 people who didn't care about Willy Wonka until they learned a prequel was in the making starring Timothée Chalamet, and they were like, what?
And we're kind of not talking about Wonka right now because we've covered a lot of it. There is more to cover, but we can't burn ourselves out.
We have to mentally carry the burdens of all of this, and so it is a lot.
We're giving ourselves a break from Wonka. We're just talking about candy theme parks. And, I guess a way to illustrate how there's not much coming out about Wonka, guys, right now. Like, not at all.
We're starving. The well has no food left.
It's dried up down here.
Raisins only.
It's really kind of rough. I'm getting my daily Wonka digest that I get through my Gmail on my laptop in the Wonka well. And it's giving me articles from 4 months ago. They're not even recent. Or it's just an article that mentions Willy Wonka in a bit gag. And I'm like, no. So I got this week through the well, a bird dropped off an old newspaper.
It just shat on you?
Yeah, a bird shat on me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and in the shit was a printout of a Wonka movie fan account Instagram post that just said Timothée Chalamet got paid $9 million. And that's it. That's all I have to bring this week. He got paid $9 million.
If we're talking Just to extend this by 3 more sentences from yours truly. I don't understand movie budgets and the concept of money.
I thought you were going to say, I don't understand money. And
okay, but true though. I don't understand the concept of what is a lot or medium or small amount to be paid as a big actor in movies. I will be curious what the overall budget is and compare that to other blockbusters in terms of,
Yeah, I'm trying to look up a Google and I'm finding nothing. So that'll be information for us to find later down the line. I think this movie will be very expensive though. From what we're seeing. From what we're seeing, they got to pay for all those timpani presents and cello presences somehow.
But you know what? Those triangles are fucking 5 pennies a nickel. I wasn't expecting to say 5 pennies, which is why I was shocked. You saw it on my face. I was like, why am I saying 5 pennies instead of a nickel?
And they gotta save up another $1 million for that bird with his personality moment. That doesn't come cheap.
That's true.
That's not cheap.
Hey, tap shoes, not danced in, but gifted. Kind of a budget sucker, but there it is.
Speaking of money, theme parks are expensive and they cost money to get in because tickets. So this episode, we've both researched / are reporting on a different candy theme park. I'm, of course, taking on Hershey Park and its, I guess, sister Chocolate World. I'll explain more about the intricacies of the Hershey Park and Chocolate World crossover debacle. And Elaine, the only thing I saw is I did see a small, I accidentally clicked on your notes instead of mine. So I saw a few words, but I don't know anything about this. So I'm glad for you to.
Yeah, I'll probably go through a few of the ones I'm not covering when I do begin because of how lame some of them were in terms of what I'm doing. I don't know if you could call it a theme park, but it's the closest I could find that I found intriguing. It's kind of an interactive art installation, so to speak, called Candytopia.
All right.
Nom nom nom, my sweet tooth demands Hershey Park history, info, and current events.
Yay!
Back to you, Felicia, here with our chocolate candy coated canoes.
Glad to say I can deliver. Hershey Park, the park.
You sound like the world's like a 16-year-old that has to do tours at the candy park being like, hello, I am very excited to tell you about your ride.
Hershey Park, the park. Here's a bit of background on Hershey Park. It is the most visited theme park in Pennsylvania and is the 9th most visited theme park in North America. So this isn't like a cheapy theme park. Like, this is a good park. It's as well as the largest theme park in North America, not located in Florida or California, which I didn't know. Like, that's big. Like, it's a big theme park. It was founded in 1906 by Milton S. Hershey, originally as a leisure park for the employees of the Hershey Chocolate Company, and it just kind of kept expanding into what it is today. And so I'm a relatively frequent attendee of Hershey Park. Granted, haven't been in like 4 years, but I've been a lot over the years. So the park itself isn't really chocolate themed. The most themed area is like Wild West themed, and that's kind of fun. And they have a zoo for some fucking reason, but it's just a nice theme park. Like, it's just a nice theme park. It's not as intense as Six Flags, but it still has a lot of the really big rides. So it feels like kind of a middle ground between an intense park like a Six Flags or whatever the other ones are called, and a park that's targeted at kids like Dutch Wonderland, another Pennsylvania icon that I cannot shoehorn into this podcast, but God, I wish I could. Something I mentioned at the intro, when you get into the surrounding area, there's lampposts on the side of the road that look like Hershey's Kisses, which is really fun.
I fucking love that.
So here's the thing. The main way that the candies are featured in the park are through mascot costumes. And
oh my God.
They're interesting. So I'm going to put in a collection of photos into the drop zone for you to just kind of view, discuss, talk about. How do these images make you feel, Elaine?
Okay.
So we have Fifth Avenue. We have Reese's Nutrageous, who really terrifies me.
Nutrageous is, I think, the worst.
Yeah, Reese's Nutrageous. I don't think he's really in the parks, and they just kind of had him on the website for like a little teaser. But he's not in the parks. The only ones I've actually seen in the park are the Hershey's Kiss in the top right, who is the most permissible out of these, and the Reese's Cup in the bottom right. You know, having always wanted to meet your favorite character, icebreaker mints packaging, You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I've always wanted to meet Fifth Avenue, a bar that no one ever has eaten in the world.
Like, guys, you have to understand that, like, these, the peppermint patty, first off, is not circular. It's a cinder. Like, these look like turds in costumes. If you know, like, you dressed a turd. The Reese's Buttercup has Thomas the Tank Engine face energy.
Yeah.
Peppermint patty has lipstick.
Yeah, peppermint patty. She's like supposed to be the sexy one.
You always thought, yeah, sex sells.
Actually, no, Fifth Avenue is the sexy.
Fifth Avenue is giving me Broadway Mike TV energy.
Yeah, he's got sunglasses and a sideways hat, and his arms are so small, and they come out. It looks like little T-Rex arms. He just has hands coming out of the side of his body.
These are horrifying.
I think Icebreaker Mints is the most well designed, but like, why?
But like, who cares? Yeah,
who gives a fuck about icebreakers?
Okay, so icebreakers, it's the circle of the icebreakers, basically with a smiley face on it. And like, if you can reach your hand into his mouth and get mints out of it, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is like, I've always wanted to meet the beloved packaging of icebreakers. It's really fucking weird.
Of course, you think about it all the time.
But this is like the main thing. There is also a Hershey bar, piercing blue eyes.
That's a nightmare for me.
I never understood why children waited in line to see them, because I'm like, this is a candy bar.
Yeah, candy bar is different than like going to see Pluto or something. You know?
There's a different vibe. And it's not even like a cute animal. It's a fucking icebreakers packaging. I just don't get it.
It's like, do you want to pose next to capitalism?
Do you want to pose next to Reese's Nutrageous? No, I don't. What the fuck is that?
Get out of here.
So they also recently, the beginning area of the park used to be themed like Germany because of like an old area that they never kind of got rid of. But now they apparently redid it and it's called Chocolate Town. That's kind of as far as it goes, but it's called Chocolate Town.
See, that sounds like a musical.
Yeah. So I went through all their rides. They have 72 rides and attractions, only 11 of which are chocolate or candy themed, in the most liberal usage of chocolate or candy themed. Very few of these rides are actually candy themed. So the first thing was Candemonium, the newest roller coaster. This is new. I've never been on this. It is the tallest, fastest, longest, and sweetest coaster in Hershey Park. I'm reading the ad copy because it's so over the top. I really think the best part about this is reading the copy about like how they're trying to make this just normal ass roller coaster candy themed. From the distinctive Hershey's candy theme to the memorable thrills around every turn, we've assembled the finest ingredients to create a one-of-a-kind hyper coaster. Guests visiting Candemonium will enjoy a sweet candy-inspired experience from start to finish. Check out Hershey's themed trains, arrival area, coaster building, Candemonium shop, and more. Plus, the finishing touch is an impressive panoramic bank curve around the iconic Kisses fountain. The track is just chocolate colored. Like, it's just a milk chocolate colored track. And then there's like Hershey bars branding on the side of the coaster. It's not that. They're making this seem like it's a life-changing experience. Yeah, it's a normal roller coaster.
Okay.
Even worse is Coco Cruiser, which is just in name only. It is a dumb kiddie coaster where you're riding in a minecart. There's no theming. It's on like a fucking patch of gravel. It's very lame.
We're going to need to start coming up with a list of things at Hershey Park that could also be used as a euphemism for shitting. Like, I got to go take a Coco Cruiser, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely going to be
I got to go take a trip to Chocolate World.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Watch out, guys. It's time for a Hershey's Triple Tower. Hershey's Triple Tower is a drop tower with 3 different heights, each of which are named after a different candy. It's got some nice theming. It's just 3 drop towers.
Yeah, like the branding is cute.
With Hershey's branding on the top of it. If you're at Hershey Park, you accept that you're in capitalist hell. So, yes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just go for it. It's very much like when Epcot used to be sponsored by like fucking like refrigerator brands. Yeah. So, not refrigerator, but like when the you know, does anybody know about how when Disney was first happening, a lot of the Tomorrowland things were from the World's Fair and they were super sponsored by things. So now if you watch It's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, Carousel of Progress, you go in and he's just talking about fucking refrigerators the whole time. And he's like, why is this man so obsessed with a goddamn refrigerator? It's because it used to be sponsored by a refrigerator brand. Hershey Park is just kind of doing that with their own thing. And I respect that.
Yeah, like they really leaned into it. And you know, I'm not a drop tower fan, but it looks cool. I like the majestic birds in this photo, by the way, off to the side. It looks
Yeah.
like fucking like you're in heaven, and heaven is branded by Hershey.
And the Hershey's Tower decides your fate. Will you drop or make it to the top?
Do you
or will you get will you ascend to the kissing tower to heaven? Because that's what's next on the list, the kissing tower, which is the Eiffel Tower of Hershey Park. It's a ride for grandparents whose main appeal is the air conditioning and is my favorite ride at the park. It is a 10-minute shitty elevator where you get a nice scenic view while being told the history of the park, and the windows are fucking candy shaped. I love this ride, and I would defend it with my life.
That sounds very peaceful, and I'm happy for you. It is peaceful,
and that's why I love it so much. So it's actually probably the best themed thing at the park. You sit in it, you look through big windows that are shaped like Hershey's Kisses, and they tell you about the park. It's nice. I enjoy it.
That's a good breather, especially if like there's overwhelming crowds, just to be like quiet, remove space, see everything. Feel like you got your height thing in without having to do major coasters if that's not your style.
Yeah. So now this is probably the most Wonka-esque ride, and I have not seen this. This is a new ride, and this shit's kind of insane. It's called the Jolly Rancher Remix. This reimagined coaster takes you and your senses forward and back on the same flavorful track, blasts through the flavor tunnel, inverts 6 times 90 seconds, and jam to sweet tunes. The best part? Each ride is different. Experience 5 randomized Jolly Rancher flavor rides like watermelon or green apple, complete with the music, different lights, and more. What ride will be your favorite? Which is like, what do you mean?
That's insane. Yeah.
Are they pumping? And like, there's a photo of it here, and it looks like they're emerging from like a witch's tomb because of like the fucking
witch's tomb.
Look at the like purple gas coming out of that.
Oh my God, you're right.
And then the thing in the middle here, it's connected to the Mixed Flavored by Jolly Rancher, which is the worst ride name I've ever heard. That seems to spin around and stuff. And on the ad copy, they described it as a visual riddle, which is not helpful.
What? No, it just looks like a vertical scrambler.
Yeah, it's like a vertical scrambler.
This should be your favorite ride because when we decided what candy we'd each be, you're a Jolly Rancher.
I do love a Jolly Rancher, but
am I the Jolly Rancher? What did I call you?
I don't know what you called me.
Because I think you might have been a Jolly Rancher, and then I became a Cowtail. Yes, I became a Cowtail. Well, because then you called me Milk, and then Milky Way. And then we got there eventually. That's what it is. Anyway, yeah, this should be your ride.
But I get sick if I go upside down and backwards, so this would be really bad for me. So then I did want to mention, this ride is not candy themed, but I thought it was important to mention, is Laugh Track. It's their most themed ride. I have never been on it because the lines are long and I get sick going backwards. But it's the first indoor glowing spinny coaster, and it is completely clown and funhouse themed. I think it looks sick, but I can't go on it because it would make me sick. But God, it looks cool. I just wanted to mention it here because it's their most like absurdly themed ride, you know? Next up is the monorail. Bing, bing, bing.
Oh, we love a good monorail.
Apparently they have one now, and guess what? There's chocolate branding on the side of it.
What?
That's all. The sweet swing. It's a normal-ass kid's swing, but they threw the word sweet in front of it. Moving on. Here is the biggest... Oh, they also have hotels, and one of which has the Chocolate Spa, which offers a variety of chocolate-inspired services.
I kind of don't like the way they phrase that.
I don't like it either. So here is the most important thing. Reese's Cup Fusion. Reese's Cup Fusion is an insane ride that I have not gotten the chance to ride because before it was Reese's Cup Fusion, it was the Reese's Extreme Cup Challenge, which was one of the worst rides I've ever ridden in my entire life.
Oh, God.
So have you ever been, so you know those rides where you're in it in the dark and you have like a little gun and you can shoot at things and you get points and a target? Mm-hmm. Apparently Reese's Extreme Cup Challenge was the first version of one of those rides. And I can tell you as someone who wrote it, it really shows. And Reese's Extreme Cup Challenge, I want you to guess what on earth that could be possibly themed around.
I mean, if we're talking that, I feel like you're aiming for Reese's Cups somehow. Like, duck, you're tagging as many as you can.
Wrong. It's the X Games. It's themed around the X Games, because why wouldn't it be? So I've attached a photo of the old ride because I needed you to understand. It's just a bunch of fucking guys on skateboards in like the dark, and half of them are like cardboard cutouts. It was not fun. It was not a good ride.
That's so bizarre.
It recently got renovated, so now it uses screens instead. It actually looks pretty fun. And Elaine, there seems to be some element of chocolate spies in this ride. So let me read you. Become an agent, protect the factory, and ensure the world is never deprived of Reese's peanut butter cups in this all-new interactive gaming ride, which features the most targets in the world and 6 ways to play. Reese's Cup Fusion merges the world's love of chocolate and peanut butter to create a sweet, full sensory experience with multiple plays to play for the entire family. As an agent trainee, riders given the latest technology to track their stores, receive a ride photo, and earn their place on the Reese's Hall of Fame. And this also has 2 spin-off rides for children in the form of Misfit Bug and Minty Bee, because these are characters from the ride. And on the ride page, they have character descriptions of all of the characters introduced on the ride. And I did not read them fully because I wanted to explore them with you in this episode, because I was like, this is insane. This is insane. So I've put a link down here. So first we have Commander Cup. She's the chief of security. She's a Reese's Cup with a spunky.
Why does she have boobs?
She doesn't have boobs.
She has a boob cut.
She has like her top is cut to insinuate
it's cut for
cleavage.
Boobs. And you can't tell me
she
otherwise.
oversees Reese's Central Agent trainee programs across Cup Nation. She's the highest ranking Reese's legend in the Hall of Fame. She's the owner of 5.5 patents, including the state-of-the-art amplifier. She unwraps factory security plans to ensure the protection of the Crystal Cup. She responds to all sticky situations inside Reese's Central and recipient of 55 Golden Safety and Security Cup awards. She's got a spunky haircut. She looks like she'd be played by Kate McKinnon. All right, next is Mint the Merciless. He's the grand overlord of the LOMC. What the fuck is the LOMC?
What's the LOMC?
He's got a beard that the way it's placed looks like pubes, which is unfortunate.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's like you know it's a beard, but it also looks like pubes. He's got a mean little, he looks like if Jafar was turned into a breath mint. I mean, that's
he's like
what's
an
going
angry
on here.
little wizard dude.
He's power hungry. He has a chip on his shoulder. Literally, there's a chip out from his shoulder, and he has a crystal cup obsession. Then there's Heartless. So Heartless is a hopeless romantic. She's a president of Mint the Merciless fan club. She marches to her own beat. She's a master of martial arteries, and she talks during movies. So she's like she's got these really muscular legs. It's basically like a Valentine's Day heart if it turned into Patrick from SpongeBob.
Yeah, and the face isn't on the heart like the where you would think it's. Her face is on the side.
Yeah,
like you would think like, oh, middle of the heart. No, side.
They got a lot more inventive with their character design on this.
Yeah, I love talks during movies. I'm getting more descriptions here than I feel like I get in like half the books I read. This is insane.
So we got Crazy Corn. He's the wild one. He's a few kernels short of a cob. He enjoys freakouts and ramming things. He may pop at any time, and he's a Capricorn. I love this. One of the funniest pages I've ever seen in my life.
This is amazing. And I want to give people
recommend.
money.
How would you describe Crazy Corn?
Crazy Corn, candy corn with who's the evil guy in Incredibles? Syndrome, yeah, with the red hair, kind of Syndrome. He's like Syndrome, but imagine it's like the white part. That was like a little hillbilly too. Yes, hillbilly Syndrome. And his pose is just scrambled running with crazy eyes.
So Jawbreaker looks kind of blasé about this whole thing, to be honest. In his face, he doesn't know where he's here. So Jawbreaker, the lawbreaker, he's cracked. He does not play well with others. He likes breaking things, and his flavor, don't ask. So he's got this big crack, and that's his mouth, and he's like, ah. But he looks like kind of chill about the whole thing.
I'm kind of into it.
He kind of looks high, to be honest.
Support Jawbreaker.
Why are his legs so shiny?
Why are they so tall? Everyone else has stumpy legs, I feel like.
All right, Gumdrops. So these are the henchmen. So there's a lot of them. There's countless henchmen. They're unruly. They're mischievous, and they're accident prone. They're cute. I like them.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the next one. Weird
Slither
name.
and Squirm?
Yeah.
So Slither and Squirm are the worm twins. They're stuck on each other. They're two-faced. They're twisted. And they're frequent crawlers.
But they look so nice in their photo. They look cute, but they sound kind of like evil in their description.
Yeah. And then we have Gumbo, who's like a big fucking gummy bear. He's a gummy bear. He's the bouncing brawn. His flavor is Brussels sprouts. He enjoys gummy parkour and he's missing an ear. What the fuck? And now we have Citizen Kane, who looks like, I feel like this is played by Tom Hiddleston.
Mm-hmm.
He is the merry mischief maker. He's a candy cane. He has faded stripes. He's naughty, not nice, and he likes to make a scene.
Wow.
He's gay coded.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna tag myself as Jawbreaker.
I might be Crazy Corn or maybe Mint the Merciless. I am power hungry. I'm not obsessed with Crystal Cups, but you know what I mean? What do you think? What do you think?
I don't know. I was thinking Crazy Corn.
Crazy Corn, it fits.
Yeah.
It fits. That's a bummer for me.
I gave myself does not play well with others, likes breaking things. I don't really. I'm just looking at the picture.
Guys, let us know which one you think you are out of the list.
I mean, really, honestly, I think we're Slither and Squirm, the Worm Twins.
Oh, yeah. Bummer.
Anyway, that's Reese's Cup Fusion, which, like, is just fucking insane. It's not wild. It's just batshit. But that's Hershey Park. So that's what I mean. Like, it's a huge theme park, but like none of my favorite rides. There was no Sky Rush included in that. There was no Coal Cracker. There was no little cars you drive around. You know what I mean? So like the best parts of the park are not candy themed. I feel like they're trying to lean into it a little bit more right now from what I'm seeing with their retheming. Because like the Frontier area is now called Kissing Tower Hill. And it's like, just call it fucking Booneyland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a big like train roller coaster that's the best, you know.
We fucking love trains. We know that.
They'll call it like train that transports candy coaster. It's like stupid.
Well,
I want to hear about Candytopia.
I love it. And Felicia has more about chocolate things within Hershey after this.
After Candytopia, we're not moving on from Candytopia. We're going to a whole new chocolate world.
Boom. This is the episode that will never end, guys. You didn't ask for it, and we're giving it to you.
Strap yourselves in. We're going to keep going.
We're never stopping.
So, Elaine, tell me about Candytopia.
Candytopia. Piicture it. Miami, Florida. You walk into the Aventura Mall.
Wow.
And you see these ornate gates and it says Candytopia.
Yes.
And people in jumpsuits that look like they're factory workers with the Candytopia insignia open the gates for you and they go, come in for the tour you paid for. And you're in this really cool lobby with all these gears and this golden gate before you that looks like a vault and says Candytopia above it. And suddenly the people are like, the two workers who let you in, they go, it's time for Candytopia. Lights flash, steam engines begin. You hear a toot, toot, toot like a factory. And a man does a voiceover saying, welcome to Candytopia for all of you girls and boys and chocolate connoisseurs of all ages. That's right. You're entering an experience that Gwyneth Paltrow and Drew Barrymore are obsessed with. Let me begin.
That part of the voiceover?
Not that part. They don't mention the Gwyneth Paltrow and Drew Barrymore. That was thank you for clarifying.
Couldn't you imagine? Imagine if Wonka opened his factory gates and he was like, did you know that Sarah Jessica Parker in an interview once said she had a massive crush on me? Get excited, boys and girls. It's about to get crazy. I don't know why Sarah Jessica Parker. I have never said that woman's name aloud.
That was wild. I could kind of see it in your eyes that you were baffled by what was coming out of your mouth. That was your 5 pennies moment. Okay, right. So it was hard to kind of figure out like the origins of this, but I did find an article from Market Watch by Jeanette Setembre.
Is this still open?
Yes, but it's no longer in Florida. It's kind of a moving installation. So right now they're in New York, Atlanta, and I believe Houston.
Well, if it comes around to one of our areas, we do have to go because this is very Wonka-esque.
Oh, yeah. Get fucking stoked, man.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to read a snippet from this article. Meet the founder of Candytopia, a Willy Wonka-esque experience that just opened its latest installation in New York City. Jackie Sorkin went from charging $500 to cater a friend's birthday party when she started her events business in 2008 to becoming a partner in the multi-million-dollar Candytopia pop-up confectionery experience. The traveling candy-filled theme park features famous works from masters like Van Gogh and Andy Warhol, recreated with treats like gummy bears and licorice. There's even a Mona Lisa mosaic composed of 6,000 jelly beans. Quote, this is insane. Quote, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Willy Wonka. One day you find a golden ticket, and your golden ticket might lead you to owning your own chocolate factory. Sorkin, clad in magenta pink pants and a lollipop necklace, told Moneyish at the new location for her candy theme park near New York City's Penn Station. I feel like it came true for me. So that's kind of the overall theme. It's this pop-up, but it's so cool. Now, one of the ones I have been looking at was Sugar Rush, which is a big thing right now when I was looking up candy theme parks. It's a pop-up in LA, but it is in a parking lot and it looks sad and it's mostly like an Instagram photo place, but you have kids there. And I was like, man, where do I find this? So I found this obscurely on YouTube. So we're going to go through. I followed a walkthrough that YouTuber Fad1010 posted, and it was very enlightening. So we enter, like I told you, you walk through and you're kind of on the outside of the town. Like it really is set up like Wonka. Like you're on the outside of the town and the houses are kind of made the same way that the Alton Towers ride colors were. It's like that pastel cartoony houses and everything. There's a Salty Peppers pub. Saltwater Taffy is around this nautical themed restaurant.
This sounds so cool.
There's like a Le Lurch de Pièce Parfumerie. There's Zig's Clocks, which is like a display behind like a window, like you're window shopping. It's like Harry Potter World, honestly. Yeah. That's kind of how it's set up, but like less intricate and more, you're in a mall. And then at this point, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then the factory workers, they knock on the doors, like I was saying, and the factory opens and this woman in a cloak goes, oh, it's you. You're here. I'm so sorry. I'm late. I haven't had time to clean. And that's when I was like, it's fucking acted tour guide shit.
So, oh my God. I love it. Acted
It's fucking great. So you enter this next hall and it's kind of hard to follow what the storyline is because you can't fully hear her in the video, but it's essentially her describing this fictitious origin of Candytopia and how it's been passed down through her family. So she's kind of the guardian. You see your first few pieces of candy statue art. And at this point, I'm like, oh, that looks crusty because the lighting isn't great. And I take it back as we go later. But at that point, I'm like, this looks wild and sad. Like I thought it was like a 2-room experience. Again, I'm like, Florida, Miami Mall. This is stupid, right? Oh, no, because you turn and there's a Lord of the Rings style map on the wall and it includes, it's Candytopia spelled CANDYE space Topia, which includes the gingerbread house, candy floss clouds, royal unicorns, flying pigs, chocolate lava mountain, great waffle, which was a play off the Great Wall, might I add, but it was waffles, and Taffy Tower. And then next to it, this was when I was like, oh shit. So there's a giant dragon statue. The wings weigh 75 pounds. The head and neck are 35 pounds. The body is 250 pounds. It is 125,000 candies that make up the statue. It took 524 hours to construct, and it contains 50,000 grams of sugar. It's insane. Cool. You turn, and there's a wall full of chocolate cuckoo clocks, and they're all going off. I can't even begin to tell you. At this point, I'm like, I was like, whoa, full screen this shit. Hold on. And the actor tour guide, she's looking for someone named Jackie who has a secret stash of chocolate behind a clock. That's what she said. And she's looking behind these tiny clocks and she's like, I don't know where it is. But then you see the ceiling, the overhanging lights, flat circles were clocks. And one of them just starts slowly descending. And you're like, what? God. And in the clock, as it descends, it's a tray full of fucking chocolate candies. There's so much candy hidden throughout this entire fucking thing. So you grab that, and then you see the most beautiful rock candy deer. And I did take a screenshot, so let me drop that Okay, so let me tell you about Dear Abby. Okay, DEER.
Wow.
She's made of amber rock candy, mango sour belts, Coca-Cola bottles, and champagne bubbles. And
she looks great.
She's great. She has, and it looks better as it moves through the light, but it's a mounted like head of a deer, classic antler mounted on a wall. But because they use all the rock candy, it has this shimmering glow to it. And it looks like it's made out of crystals, and it's so cute.
And the Coca-Cola bottles too. It looks
right.
So
and that's kind of a fun like upcycle thing. And they had sassy little phrases on all of these. It's so upcycle. It's cool. And by the way, you could touch all of it. You were allowed to touch all of it. It was fucking insane. I was like, you can touch it?
That's insane. Me, when I smashed 2 pieces of chocolate together, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm upcycling.
I'm saving the earth.
Me, when I melt 3 Reese's peanut butter cups in the microwave, I'm upcycling. Me, when I put 2 fucking leftovers together, excuse me, I'm upcycling. I don't know.
Anyway, the ears look like geodes. Like, it's just so beautiful. And like, you kind of forget it's made out of candy. This one had 2,100 pieces of candy. It took 35 hours to create, and it had 635 grams. I believe that is the smallest amount for the statue. I will recount for you for the rest of this experience. Wow. Throughout this thing, you go through different rooms. Again, at this point, I thought, wow, this is the main room. Cool. No, our tour guide goes, now I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's more to Candytopia. And she goes to a fucking bookcase. And she slides it to the side. And you enter Wonderland, as they call it. And it looks like it's basically an interactive sensory playground.
Oh my God.
It's imagine like
I am genuinely so excited.
I'm so like and guys, I've linked the video in the show notes, so feel free to like it's so fun. Treat yourself and then try to go to one, because I fucking lost my mind. And this was a couple years ago, so I can only imagine it's like gotten more insane. So you enter Wonderland, and yeah, it's like really bright colors, because you go from like, ooh, medieval, fun, whatever, and now you've entered more of the like, wow, Willy Wonka's interior factory, like 2005 kind of vibes. It was my thing. And you have more workers who are wearing jumpsuits with their little names. And there are these domes. They're hanging out, these little domes, half domes, like an umbrella. And you can stand in them, and they have different sounds. So you stand in one dome, it has animal sounds. There's one that has like cute little merry-go-round music. Another one that's just train and vehicles. One that has underwater sounds. And then there's like a space themed one. So you can just walk around and do this. And then you can go up to a flower, and you step on a petal on the ground, and you can smell a scent. And there are different flowers around, so you can smell these different scents. There's a swing, like one of those mesh swings that's low, so you can lay on your back and just swing casually in this room. And then there's a green screen, because the guy at this point, he's like, man, I feel like I'm in like Willy Wonka, whatever. And the worker goes, it's funny you should mention that, because if you get our app, you can sign up, and then we'll take a photo of you next to this green screen over here. And it looks like you're in a chocolate river. And thank God the man did it for us, so that, Felicia, you can see this.
Oh my God.
Let me put that there. That's our man. He's also like, I'd like to say, he's like classic dad vibes. He was really fun and great. So it just is, Felicia was so overwhelmed, she threw her microphone to the ground.
I was so overwhelmed with joy about Candytopia. I mean, they really are having you recreate an Augustus Gloop death moment.
Seriously,
right here.
Like you are waist deep in the chocolate river, and it's like splashing around you. Like, it's really fun. Cute.
There's falling debris of chocolate waiting to strike at a moment's notice.
You're in the chocolate room, essentially. Like, that's what it is in the background as well. Like, you look like you're in a forest, but it's the chocolate room, you know. We interact with more statues. There is an actual candy mushroom bench that you can sit on. Again, the fact that you could touch and interact with the candy statues blew my fucking mind, and they encouraged it. So you're just sitting on fucking candy. What? There's a wall that's the evolution of candy that follows the evolution of man. So you see a caveman with cave writing, and next to it is a gummy bear. And then it just kind of progresses. We didn't get to see the rest of it, but I fucking lost my mind.
Is that implying that a gummy bear was the cavemen's had gummy bears?
Indeed.
The cavemen's had gummy bears?
I fucking lost my shit. I wish we had been able to see more of it, but I was like,
no,
oh my God.
Incredible.
If you thought there was a cohesive theme, there is, and it's chaos. We move on to, and at this point it totally skipped my mind that this was in Miami. And I was like, why is there so much mention of like Miami? Like, is this just Miami thing? It's because they're in fucking Miami, Elaine. So there's this really cool like Miami Beach logo. And I'm like, oh my God, that was made out of candy. There's these 2 flamingos. And then here's a fucking insane thing. Prince's guitar. They have a portrait of Prince they've made out of candy. And then they have Prince's guitar made out of candy. It is on chains hanging from the ceiling so you can grab it and air guitar play the guitar. And it's so accurate. Like, it looks so accurate.
That's really cool.
Fucking wild. You then enter one of those optical illusion rooms where it's like swirling on the ground. It looks like you're like, where are the walls? Where's the floor? Yeah. It looks like you're sinking into something. It's like the Nut Room in 2005. Bro. You enter another room. It's the cloud room. There's just clouds, floor, ground, wallpaper, and then just giant fucking bouncy balls. Giant fucking blown up beach balls, man. And you just like, they're the size of this grown ass man. And you just bop them around.
A 6-year-old is going to get bowled over.
Oh, for sure. And this is, again, the great thing. It's tours. So it's not just like the masses entering. It's a certain amount of people going through this experience. So you're not overcrowded, which I think is genius because I feel like you would feel rushed and it'd be hard to get to like interact with everything. And then you enter the next room and you're like, holy shit. And it's kind of the museum vibe. And these are rooms of famous art creations, which include the Mona Lisa, Frida Kahlo's self-portrait, the statue The Thinking Man, and the Scream, just to mention a few. Then we have a few obscure ones. For some reason, amongst this group was a portrait of Cardi B. And it's pretty fucking good.
Wow. Yeah, that is good.
So, and like the way they arrange the candies and the tones, like it's wild. They definitely melt chocolate and licorice at some points to like show hair and smoothness. And then, of course, it could not be a candy thing without a picture of Gene Wonka. Look at that. Oh. He has licorice hair.
Oh, ew.
Right? And like his
this one's gross.
It's because we're too close. They look better far away. I will say.
It looks wet.
You're too close. The hair does look scarier. The texture and 3D element is a little alarming, but it looks better from far away. So let me tell you about Gene Wonka over here.
Wait, he has licorice eyebrows.
He has licorice eyebrows. It's like cute. They got the blue eyes down. Like it looks like him. It's wild.
It looks like anime Gene Wonka.
Anime Gene Wonka. So here's the breakdown of what was used to create him. The candy cat was 7,900 pieces of candy. It took 108 hours to make this portrait. These are big portraits, guys, by the way.
Wow.
And there's 2,400 grams of sugar.
I'm impressed.
It's fucking wild. Next room is funhouse mirrors. Just mirrors everywhere. You're like, where am I? Wee! And it's kind of like mostly a transition room because then we enter...
What?
Dude, this was the fucking wildest thing. Okay, so I'm going to describe it and then I'm going to send a link to the YouTube video and it should start at this moment.
Okay.
You enter this room and employees in jumpsuits just start with industrial like Home Depot buckets, essentially. They're white, but like, you know, you got them at a Home Depot. Start throwing confetti in the air, but basically at you. There's no confetti machine. Okay. It's just these coworkers like going like,
okay.
Wee! And then you see these pigs. Okay, hold on. Wait, that's not the link. That's the wrong link. Hold on. Let me click this for a sec. So you can see the guy with a leaf blower trying to blow confetti. You let me know when you start.
Oh, okay. You have not talked about the fucking music. Hold on.
Oh, yes. So, just an FYI, the music, he chose the music.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to play it because it's from Epidemic Music, which licensed their stuff. But just know it's like creepy children factory shit.
Yeah.
So this room is about pigs. They have a pig flying. But the most important thing is if you look at the pig's asshole, you're going to see that confetti is shooting out of the pig's asshole. And actually, if you go back to 7:50, 18, go back to minute 18. You're going to see a bunch of flashing lights.
18.
Okay.
I'm at minute
Watch
18.
that pig's asshole. It's going to fucking blow your mind. Boom. There it is.
Yeah.
It's just shooting confetti out of his asshole. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
And like, you can totally tell there is some poor worker sitting behind there with a fan pushing the confetti.
Like, it is not a machine that is like them having to do it. So we're kind of going through a little bit of the map, I guess, that we saw in the beginning, but not fully.
I don't like this one pig's face that he zooms in on.
The pigs are a little chaotic.
There's like 3 different styles of pig in this room.
Yeah.
They're all
and
fake.
so
let us clarify, these are not real pigs.
These are all made out of candy, which again is still impressive, but scary. There's also a bucket beneath the pig that...
Okay, I saw 1833.
Yeah.
1833.
So there's a wall.
What the fuck is happening?
There is a wall that says, when unicorns and pigs fall in love, and it shows a big majestic unicorn surrounded by flying pigs. And I'm like,
I don't think I saw that. I was seeing 1835 where there's a bunch of small cardboard cutout pigs on the wall that are all in tandem shooting confetti out the anus.
And I don't know why they're shooting confetti out their asses.
Yeah, so when unicorns and pigs fall in love, this is interesting. Interesting implications.
Yeah, it's giving me Donkey Dragon from Shrek.
It is strange.
And for that reason, it might have to be one of my favorite rooms just for how jarring of an experience it is.
Let's read this. Michelle's covetable weave, so I guess the unicorn's name is fucking Michelle, inspires fashion niches everywhere, including the Sabine sensation you met a few ways back. Her beauty secret? 8 flavors of sour belts.
They all have sassy little things like that.
Okay,
so you get that, and that's the theme. The theme is confetti and pig's anus. Next room is underwater theme. And there are these, it is really cool. The walls are blue. You feel like you're under the ocean. There's sharks. There's this really cool hammerhead shark statue where you can pop in and like a photo op when you're in the mouth, but you can easily slide down so it looks like you're getting eaten by this shark.
Oh my God. I love that.
There's a kick-ass stingray that looks really cool. It's just an overall like really chill like vibe. We don't see too much in this room, but it's super fucking cool. But the real horror, Felicia, is this tiny moment, this tiny segue where it's a hallway into the next room. And it's these giant inflated, like, I don't know what you would call it. Like when you took those parachutes in school and you lifted them and you threw it down, you had kind of that air vibe, or like those baggy, tacky sumo wrestling outfits. You know, it's like blown up like that. Okay, there's 2 of them. They're combined together and you have to like squish through it. I literally have recurring nightmares.
Oh my God.
Where I have to squeeze through mattresses stuck together. There are tiny tunnels I have to walk through to get somewhere. I am suffocating and enclosed on those spaces. And I don't have claustrophobia. This is just a weird, like, fluffy stuff smushing me. And I saw that and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah. And it's like weirdly dark.
It's just industrial gray. Also, it's a very interesting like transition. But following that, we enter the jungle, and the Komodo dragon is so intricate. It's made out of all these gummy bears, and it like I think that they get better as the installation, as you move through the installation. The foliage as well, like it's like what the Rainforest Cafe wishes it was. And by the way, in every room, there's a little basket of candy you can grab. So, which is perfect.
Wow. He's just hanging from a little pole now.
He is. It's interactive too. Like, again, you can touch all this stuff. The shark is like hanging from the ceiling again. You can poke it. Same with the stingray. And yeah, there's like this like swinging bars. So you can kind of feel like George of the Jungle vibes. And then the final room we get to see is a marshmallow pit. And it's like your classic jumbo marshmallows that you would eat human sized, a whole pit of it, and you can just jump in it. And it looks amazing. It looks fluffy. It looks soft. It looks fun.
There's another farting flying pig again.
Yeah, they really love that. They really love
real marshmallows. Okay, good. They're not. Thank God.
No. And again, you still have like factory workers looking into it. And then you enter the most like glorious gift shop in the fucking world. And I love a good gift shop. And this thing is like filled with all the t-shirts you could want, candy. There's another pig flying statue. For some reason, there's a llama on a TV screen briefly.
There's a unicorn dabbing.
There's a t-shirt that says Sweet Jesus. Like, it's just everything you want. A whole wall of tubs of candy you can scoop, you know?
Yeah.
And so that is the Candytopia experience as a whole.
Wow.
Way more intricate than I thought it would be.
Who needs a man when you've got chocolate? Get that t-shirt at Candytopia.
So much fun can be had. So like, and I don't know. I thought it looked really cool and I would love to go.
Same. This looks sick.
And I don't know. I feel like because they have 3 locations going on right now, they probably have different themes at those locations.
Hey.
So
I just pray to the Candytopia gods that they decide to open up a Washington, D.C. one within the next 3 to 4 months.
God, that'd be great. Guys, if you could tag Candytopia, maybe help us out, even get us like in there. Goo clusters, you know, we're not giving up on you yet, but Candytopia, boo, we ready.
We're impressed.
We're impressed.
We like Candytopia. We love what you've done with the place.
You've inspired us. It was great. It was good fun. But I just love that you start in like, again, like a Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings vibe, and then you enter like New Age, and then you go through all these different things. Like, it was so fun, and there was so much to do. And I'm sure we missed some of it too. Like, he probably didn't film everything. So that is Candytopia, the pop-up art installation.
So now we're going to talk about Chocolate World, which is the reason this episode happened in the first place. So this is what I consider the Wonka-esque icon, the legend, the moment. Chocolate World is separate from Hershey Park. So there's the entrance to Hershey Park, which is a good bit away from Chocolate World. It's before the entrance and is perhaps the most insane gift shop ever made, because technically that's what it is, but it's so much more. So Chocolate World is free to attend. You do not need to pay to enter, like you need to do the rest of the park,
Ooh.
Which is one of the appeals. So as a homeschooled kid, if we were up in the area, my mom would be like, hey, you want to go to Chocolate World? Because there's a free ride you can ride for no money, because it's basically advertising and just their gift shop, but it's fun. Okay. It's great.
I love that.
First is the gift shop. I want to show you what the outside of this look like. It has the fucking Chocolate Factory smokestacks.
Wow.
So you have the Chocolate Factory smokestacks. It's this nice brick building with all this glass exterior with like the Reese's cup, the Hershey's bar, and the kiss outside with the Hershey's Chocolate World. It's really cool. I think it's fun. So you go inside. Here's the best thing I could find. It is a humongous gift shop. Like, this thing is one of the biggest buildings. Like, not one of the biggest buildings I've ever been in. That's not true, but this thing is huge. This is like one wall of it. So there's the amazing candy machine where you can choose your favorites. You can push little levers and you can get like serving sizes of candy in different like little tubs. It is a huge candy store. You can see there's some trees peeking in on the side because there's an indoor garden within it. That's how big this thing is.
Bro.
There is also a god tier food court. Actually, it's not that good. I just think it's good because you eat it after you've been at a theme park all day, and like any food tastes good to your body at that point.
Yeah.
But there's like 8 different stations. You can get milkshakes, you can get coffee, you can get all this different stuff. There's all that stuff. So then there is a paid experience. I think I did once when I was like 4, where you create your own candy bar. So you go backstage, you go behind some door, you get a little hat and a little apron, and you get to make your selections, and you pull the levers as you follow your creation along the conveyor belt. You get to make a label, you pick everything on it. It's cute. You get a hat, you get the candy when you're done. You can also do it with a big Reese's cup. But it's sick. Like, it's really cool. And you get to follow along with the process, and like people guide you along with it. There's also, from here, you can go on Hershey's Trolley Works, which is just you ride around in a trolley and people tell you about the history of Hershey and apparently sing. I don't know anything about that.
Wild. I love that.
But glad to know the trolley gang is getting work. Why'd you turn into Courage the Cowardly Dog? What happened? I'm excited about this. So this is Hershey's Unwrapped, a chocolate tasting journey. So I have not done this because it costs extra, but it seems wild. So it's basically a stage show with 2 people who are tastologists. And when you go in, you get a candy tasting kit. So you like taste along with the show. So it says, with your official chocolate tasting kit in hand, get ready to touch, hear, smell, and taste chocolate. Then head into the chocolate laboratory with Doc Chocolate as he dreams up sweet creations with the audience. And I brought this video because this video is literally 30 seconds and it's fucking insane. This link is insane. So I'm going to put this bookmark right here.
Oh, Dancing. Oh my God. Is he hot?
I knew you were going to say that. We're not taking you to hook up with the Hershey's Unwrapped guy.
Can you imagine I find the love of my life at Hershey Park? Well, I'm making my own chocolate bar, but really, I was just melting hearts. Anyway, no. Single for another 5 years. Anyway, that looked fun as hell. Like you said, like a little theater show. I want to go,
it
man.
Looks fun.
We gotta go to,
it
I gotta
looks
go
costume.
To
it's won some awards, apparently. It's apparently pretty good. All right, so it's the 4D chocolate movie, which is a mystery, maybe? So the show takes family entertainment to a sweet new dimension through stunning digital animations and special effects. With 100 plus story variations, you can experience it over and over and never see the same show twice. Apparently, it's a mystery of some kind that seems to have some sort of sci-fi element. I don't know. I once went to a SpongeBob 4D thing in an aquarium, and it freaked me out so bad I had to leave. So needless to say, I never saw this. Mm-hmm. But there is a photo. It is 3D animated and genuinely horrifying looking. It's a Hershey's Kisses talking to a little robot.
It looks like you're in a computer game from like 2005.
Yeah, and it's not that old, which is the embarrassing part for them. But this is all leading up to what we really need to talk about, which is the ride, Hershey's Chocolate Tour. Now, this ride has been through many variations over the years, and I am not a fan of its current iteration, but it still is just something else. You can ride this ride completely for free. It is a full dark ride, fully narrated. You ride through the factory and learn about how chocolate is made. And it's very much like if the Bean intro on the West End was a 10-minute experience. But in a good way. So the current iteration, I do not like. You get in the car and you have a lady from the factory telling you about it, and then it has the Hershey Park 3D characters on little screens telling you about it. And it made me so mad at age 12 when they replaced it because they got rid of most appearances of the beloved animatronic cows who would sing the one song throughout the ride, and they changed the song. But Elaine, I decided, fuck this. I'm going to show you my old friend and favorite, and I was going to try and describe it, but I don't think I can. So sorry, we're just watching it.
I'm so excited.
It is a 10-minute ride, but it is beautiful. And I want you to know this smells like chocolate the entire time you are on it.
Okay.
So yeah, these carts are constantly moving and you have to get on them before they go. So it's a little stressful.
So it's like log flume ride vibes thing. Okay.
But you can see, this is the picture I was painting you from the beginning. But could you imagine? You don't have to pay to get on this. Do you know how hard it is to find a dark ride you can ride for free?
That's amazing. There's a little barn like above your head, and there's a cow animatronic. It's talking to us. There's a lot of creepy singing. I'm saying, the music?
Yeah, you hear this fucking song. They got rid of this song, and it made me so angry.
There's some cowtail swinging.
Oh, and then you come around, and they're on the other side of the barn.
Oh my God, they're dancing.
I just knew I could not describe this and give it justice.
Gabby
look at this ride.
and Olympia.
Because most dark rides that aren't made by Disney are pretty janky. This is not janky. This is a good ride.
Hershey's milk chocolate.
I have had this song stuck in my head for years.
It's got like a upbeat jazz vibe. It's got milk, so much dairy
vibe a little bit.
Ooh, now we're entering the Hershey factory. We're leaving the farms.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's true that milk is an important part of the process, but let's start at the beginning.
So basically the whole ride is the cows are saying it's the milk that's the most important part, and the other guy's like, no, but here's all the things we do to make it into good chocolate. It's a fun little story.
So
I do that. Okay, but look, you get to see them do all the chocolate things.
That is fun. You're watching them make the
So it's going through, the cocoa beans are going through the cocoa bean cleaner. Amazing. I'm genuinely so excited. I watched a lot of How It's Made as a kid. And this got me very excited. So now we're at the bean blending station. And the beans are in these big funnels and they got blended. I just wanted to watch this, and now I'm making you watch it, is what this is. So there's a room where they heat the beans up. So the roasting scene is not that cool, but you go in the roasting tunnel and they make it warm around you, so you feel like you're getting roasted.
That's cool.
Like a cocoa bean.
And you look like you're in a chocolate tunnel.
Yeah, 340, we get more cows.
Okay, I'm skipping to the 340 cows. Oh my gosh, yep. blue boas now.
It feels like they watched Little Shop of Horrors and were like, what if we did that song?
For fucking yes, that's it. They're wearing little like hats.
It's so
like
cute.
little Krispy Kreme type hats.
Okay, at 4:19 we get some flowing chocolate. It's not real, but we can pretend it's real.
Ooh. Going into like the spinny blendy boops sister things. I see why you fucking love this, because even if you don't care about the facts, it's still enjoyable as an experience. You know?
Here we go. Here's conching. Go to 533. Here's some movable chocolate right here. Look at this chocolate river shit.
Ooh. Okay, I'm entering the conching. Whoa. It looks like you're at like what's it, Orange Spot Fitness doing the rowing machine.
Yeah. Okay, and then if you go to 631, you get the conveyor belts where all of the things are getting packaged and they are all moving across.
It's like luggage claim guys when you go get your bags, but candy.
And they have all these things that like make it look like it's getting packaged. And the soundtrack, you get all these factory noises with the song.
The song. There's like a train of candy like above you.
Exactly. And then there's these Hershey Kisses that go around on this big fucking spinny thing, and it makes me lose my mind.
God. Jesus Christ.
So the ride itself isn't that changed, but you don't get the catchy song and this guy's voiceover, which I had grown to love as a kid.
Yeah. The song is like...
Oh, they're packaging the fucking Kit Kats.
Oh my God. This looks like Wonka right here. 2005 Wonka intro. Man. The kisses. Bringing happiness to you is what we're all about. This feels like the beginning of a musical.
Yeah. Why is there Elvis?
What is happening? It's lots of TV screens, guys, and Elvis is just like skating.
I do not remember this.
Hawaii. Almond Joy is my favorite. Here goes Mounds. What is
Hollywood with icebreakers on the back of a taxi.
The transitions between these things are not cohesive.
No, this
makes no sense,
but it's camp.
Fucking yes, exactly.
Yeah, there's just fucking a truck that's pulling Go Bears. And then here's the cow that takes a picture of you!
Oh my God! It's just popping through a little brick window.
A lane post for the photo.
Yeah.
And then you're back out the other side. So now on the new ride, it shows like social media photos of people having fun at Hershey Park. And it's like, no, give me the cheesy international for no reason.
Exactly. That's way more fun.
But the dark ride is one of the best things ever made on this planet. Not really, but I just think it's really cool. And cool that you got to ride it as a kid. I loved it so much. It's like pure childhood nostalgia for me. I think it's the best.
Aww.
So there are other Chocolate World locations. I think they have one in Las Vegas. They have one in some other places that I'm forgetting and I don't care about because they don't have the ride. So it doesn't fucking matter.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, if it doesn't have the ride, it doesn't fucking matter. Because like then you're just going to a big gift shop, okay?
Yeah.
What we really want is the ride. And the ride is amazing. If you are in the Hershey area, go on this ride. It's completely free. You can never get a free dark ride. Is it as good as it used to be? No. Not at all. But that's okay. I understand I have nostalgia for these things, and it's still enjoyable now, however much I regret to admit it.
I see your heart right now.
I love Hershey's Chocolate World ride, okay? It's the best part of Hershey Park. I will pay for a ticket to Hershey Park and wish I just spent that whole time riding that one ride over and over again. Not anymore, though, because they added the fucking screens and I don't like it, but it's okay. I accept that fact. I accept the fact that I won't get to see the cows like that again.
My God, I'll have to come out to Pennsylvania at some point, and we have to do all this shit.
Yeah.
My God, that warmed my heart.
So how do we learn something from this about Wonka? I feel like there's things we can take from Candytopia, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like the capitalization of candy entering theme parks, because advertising within theme parks is kind of interesting in general, because like Disney, we probably don't think of it as like advertising. We're like, oh, we're living in the stories, but it's basically like circle jerking their own promotional stuff within it. It just doesn't feel as capitalistic probably as like Hershey Park does, but like, whatever, it's fine. So kind of just thinking about these pop-ups, I for sure, if we're entering prequel prediction section, think we'll have some Willy Wonka like Chocolate Factory pop-ups. And I feel like I've made a prediction or someone has kind of close to that, but not exactly.
I have one.
Ding, ding, ding. Answer.
So a museum like the Franklin Institute will do a candy-based exhibit.
Ooh, I love
like
that.
one of those traveling exhibits that you have to pay extra money for.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go in and see stuff.
I think that we're going to go to Hershey Park one day and we're going to buy matching t-shirts like we did at the Scottsdale Train Museum.
That would not surprise me.
Sometimes is it a prediction or just foreshadowing? You know what I mean?
Is it just foreshadowing? Well, here's the thing. Will we be able to convince me to buy a t-shirt I probably won't wear? And I think the answer is no, unfortunately.
Oh, Felicia. You ain't seen me in a gift shop, truly. The Scottsdale Museum? Oh, that was child's play. Just you wait. If you don't buy the t-shirt, I buy the t-shirt. We're taking a goddamn photo in it, and then you can just give it to your mom. I don't give a shit, but you're getting a fucking t-shirt, and we're going to own the same t-shirt. I don't care if you ever wear it again. You can make it a pillowcase. You can frame it. I don't give a fuck. I'm having a matching t-shirt with
Actually, you know what? I have been thinking about, for my birthday, I received not one, but 2 Wonka t-shirts. And I've been trying to figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do with that because, like,
what are they?
I'm not going to wear them. There's one of Gene Wonka with a quote on it, and there's another one of Veruca Salt.
Amazing.
And wow. I think I'm going to, like, sew them all together to make a big t-shirt dress because, like, I don't know what I'm going to do with them otherwise. And then it can be a statement of, look at how many of these I have. You know what I mean? Like,
wear that
look at
with
how
a
many
Muppet
of these
purse that we've discussed.
Exactly. I put that on there. Scottsdale Train Museum can be included because that's part of the Wonkaverse, but I bought that for myself. I kind of just want to see how many of these I end up with that I don't ask for. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
And if you force me to buy a gift shop thing, I think that counts. So
perfect.
And that will be my outfit to the Wonka premiere. Imagine if I get a couture gown made out of Wonka t-shirts.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
All right.
This was fucking great. I feel like I got to go to a theme park as a kid. It was
cleansed.
Great.
I feel cleansed.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel happy.
I feel
is
better.
This what happiness is like?
Is this what it's like to not talk about Wonka on a podcast?
Oh my gosh, wow.
Guys, it's kind of nice.
It was a little refreshing, I'm not going to lie. It feels like I had some Listerine,
Oh my god, I feel like I got to take a fucking breath for once.
I got to unbutton my jeans, let it out. Oof.
Woof.
Oh, woof, woof, woof.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of Wonka Watch. If you have any thoughts and opinions, experiences with any other sort of candy theme parks, give us an email at wonkarapture@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Wonka Watch. And if you want to support us, fund Elaine's weird gift shop Hershey Park addiction, you can support us at buymeacoffee.com/WonkaWatch. It supports the podcast. Bridget did donate money to us, and it was awesome.
Bridget.
Thank you so much, Bridget.
Thanks,
Bridget. We appreciate you immensely.
We will sing you an original song right now. Peas and
Bridget, thank you for the money. It's really cool. We're going to use it to get the golden ticket board game because we're going to have to at some point, and we appreciate that will not be coming out of our wallet.
Bridget,
thank you so much, Bridget. We appreciate you immensely.
Don't you also want to call out like that, guys?
Wasn't that so?
Did that entice you?
Did that entice you? And guys, we did not discuss that we were doing custom songs before this moment. Elaine just said I was going to do it, and I jumped right in.
That's
the kind of flexibility you want in a podcast host, isn't it? That's what you want. That's what you want to support your money with. So yeah, I guess now we're doing fucking custom songs. Donate to us.
Next time we have someone, I'm just going to bring out Play-Doh and I'm like, we're going to make you a unique sculpture.
I'm mailing you a sculpture. Put your P.O. box in the donation. Why are we Bernie Sanders?
I'm naming...
Bernie Sanders was campaigning. He's like, if you donate me 81 cents, I will send you a handmade sculpture.
I will name a star after you on the day of the birth of Wonka Watch.
Okay, so either we'll make you a song or we'll do some other weird abstract mystery prize.
If you have a request, maybe we'll do it, but really no promises.
No promises.
Really no
Truly
promises,
no promises
at all. Like, you can throw something out, but like...
Yeah.
Well, Felicia, was this significant? Was this life-changing?
Well, the Chocolate World ride is very important to me, as you can tell by the way I talked about it. But the whole Wonka thing, considering we took a step back and had the best time we've had in a while, maybe it's not that important.
It's not that important. Bye. Yay. And a special goodbye to Bridget. Bridget.
Bye.
Bridget.
Bridget.
Bye,
Bridget. Thanks for listening, Bridget.
Bridget. Talk to you next time, Bridget.
Also, we hit 10,000 downloads.
Oh,
that's
fuck.
pretty fucking cool.
Woo, we
Thanks,
hit a milestone.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Yay.
Thank you, Bridget.
Oh, thanks, Bridget, for listening to this 10,000 times. It means a lot to us.
Thanks, Bridget and Jill. I think you're our two listeners.
Bridget and Jill.
No,
That's
not
right.
true.
It's not true.
There's shockingly more than two.
Was
When
that
did the
me?
lane just drop?
I dropped my keyboard because I said, I can't handle this typing no more. Okay, bye.
What the